Well, how was the comeback, mate? Just in your own words, and how's the body feeling?
Yeah, the comeback was good. It's been a while, and I was stoked to be out there and to get through injury free. I'm really happy with that. Just the speed of the game and how hard the body's hit. That was something that I'd almost forgotten over the last 9 months or so. So it was good to get out there, and it was a disappointing result on the weekend, but we fought to the very end. Ross spoke about that to us after the game, so we went to the very end. It was a very scrappy game, and there were a few things that didn't go our way, and a few things that we need to really work on that we've been trying to implement over the last few weeks, and unfortunately it didn't happen again on the weekend. But especially this year, we've shown that we go to the very end. Against GWS, we had a really good last quarter, and against Adelaide, we went to the very end. So our fitness is definitely there. It's just a few fundamentals that we need to keep on working on. Just our execution, a bit of mid-forward connection are just the things that we're really trying to work on at the moment.
Ross is talking about efficiency and that maybe you need to do some work away from training yourselves. Is that unusual, or do you understand what he's on about there?
He didn't really speak too much about doing too much work away from the club to us as a group after the game, but I know that in the past, like lots of greats like Jason Dunstall, they've spoken about how they used to do 200, or Favola used to do like 1,000 kicks per week and things like that. And I think the actual number of goals that people try and kick at training is certainly reduced in amount. So if you are a key forward or a forward and that's your craft, then it's something that you should continue to work at. And there were definitely a couple of times on the weekend where we just butchered a few opportunities, and that came to bite us. So there are definitely a few things like that we need to work on, whether or not it's away from the club. I think we get ample opportunity to work at that during training. So that's certainly something that we might implement a little bit more at training this week, but it's certainly no easy fix. Like it'll take a bit of time, but the more that it's like anything, the more repetition that you have of it, the more you'll improve.
What about the midfield group, mate? Is there a bit of a focus on the delivery inside 50 to the forwards as well now as a group? You sort of take a bit of onus this week to work on that as well?
Yeah, it's not only the midfielders, it's also the backmen. Like we try and run and create off the half-back line. So there is we just need to continue to work on that mid-forward connection, because there are a lot of the times where the forwards are getting into really good positions and we're just lacking that little polish inside 50. So we definitely do set up a lot of drills at training to work on that. So that's something that we're continually trying to improve, that's for sure.
Coming up against Lockie this weekend, will there be a few messages sent during the week, do you think?
I don't think so. Like they're in really good form. They're 6-3 at the moment. Their midfield's doing really, really well. It's not only Lockie, but like guys like Dane Zorko and Hugh McGluggy just playing some really good footy as well. So it's definitely going to be a holistic sort of point of view of just trying to shut down all of them, because that's where they got a hold of us last time we played them as well. So Lockie's in some really good form. It's been well documented that he's going really well, and he's a great player, a dual Doig medalist for us. So he's someone, and it's not only going to be him, it's going to be the other guys I've mentioned before that we need to look out for.
What sort of reception do you expect him to get?
I expect him to get a normal sort of reception. He's been a great servant of our footy club. He won 2 Doig medals. He played his heart out for this club, so I don't expect anything too controversial.
Bit of banter out there, you reckon, between the boys? Bit of winding him up?
Yeah, potentially. We'll see how we go.
There was a bit of talk about, the gap that he left was a role that you could take. Do you take it upon yourself as a bit of a point to prove this weekend?
No, not really. I slotted into the halfback role on the weekend with the potential to go inside. I didn't go inside at all because the boys were playing really well on the inside. Like Dave's in such great form, and Fife, he just keeps rolling on and leading really well. And Sonny Walters has been in there and he's been performing along with Andy Brayshaw. So I slipped into the halfback role and thought I played my role relatively well. So whether or not I go in there, that's another question. But wherever Ross wants to play me, I'll just play as best I can.
The transition you'd like to do, taking some more inside minutes?
I'm so stoked to be just back out there and playing. Whether that's in the midfield or up forward or down back, it's just something that I got to adjust to.
How was the tank out there? Did you feel yourself a bit worse for wear just because you've had a fair stint on the sideline?
The club and the strength staff gave me my best chance to come back in really good physical shape. I played a couple games down at Peel, and I was progressively working on my match fitness, and I found the first half I ran that out quite well. I think it was just the second half when the accumulation of the body's hitting and running as hard as possible throughout the third and fourth quarter, especially later in the fourth. I wasn't struggling, but I was definitely feeling it, especially at that higher intensity of an AFL game. There's certainly times where you have to run super hard, and they gave me my best chance to come back in really good nick, and I feel like I ran out the game relatively well.
Just on Neil, have you been surprised by the reception from the wider AFL community this season, even though he's been producing gold medal years already at Fremantle?
I think a lot of the time, like especially at the start of the year, he was throwing out like massive numbers, so people are always drawn to that. But he's always been a really high possession getter at our club. I think, he's someone that deserves all the praise he's been getting, and he's a really smart and good inside midfielder, and we're just got to. He's definitely someone that we've got to look out for this weekend. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Is anyone putting their hand up to tag him at this stage?
We honestly haven't discussed any of that. That'll come later on in the week. It wouldn't be something that would be out of the question, but yeah, you never know.
Hey Connor, can I ask you about your alignment team, Peel and Gerald Ugle? I don't know if you've seen this story, but he copped a fair bit of abuse at Claremont Oval yesterday. It really upset him.
Okay.
You've played a bit of waffle as well. Do you see much of that nowadays, and how do you think that's still appropriate? That sort of, he got badgered for like the entire match
Okay.
in front of his family.
Right.
He didn't like it.
Yeah, that's the first I've honestly heard of it. But if that is the case, that's really unfortunate. But I played a fair bit of footy with Gerald and played in the 2017 16 flag with him, and he's a back-to-back premiership captain. So if that is the case, that's really unfortunate, and I don't think there's a place for that in this game at all if that is the case. So hopefully that'll get investigated and dealt with appropriately.
Because he's a ripping fella. It wasn't racial, but he's a
Okay.
ripping guy, isn't he? He's a really nice fella.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, really softly spoken, but he leads by example, and you obviously have to be a really good player to be a dual premiership captain at waffle level. So and he's a state player as well. So and he played AFL football as well. So if that is the case, that's pretty hard to hear.